Hi, I'm Jay, and in this lesson, I am teaching the present continuous. Take a look at these two sentences. These two sentences are examples of the present continuous. So, both of these sentences mean that it's happening now. I am teaching English now, and you are learning English now. But it's not that simple because this verb, the present continuous, can be used in three ways. Not just talking about now, but also talking about the future as well. Let's take a look. So in today's lesson, we'll look at use 1, which is happening now, use 2, which is happening now and in the future, and use 3, which is happening soon. But before we look at the uses, let's just make sure we have the correct grammar. So the first part of the grammar that we need to understand is the be verb, am, are, and is. Let's take a look. So I am teaching English. You are learning English. She, he is learning English. We are learning English. They are learning English. So what you need to do here is make sure you match the pronoun I, you, she, he, we, they with the correct be verb, am, are, or is. Now, when we're speaking or writing text messages or even emails to friends, we often use short forms. So we don't say I am teaching English, we say I'm. We don't say you are learning English, we say you're. We don't say she is learning English, we say she's. We don't say we are learning English, we say we're. And we don't say they are learning English, we say they're. So we use those shortened verbs when we're speaking and if we're writing an email or a text message to somebody that we know, okay? Easy. Let's now look at the second part of the verb ing. This is pretty easy. So what you do is you take the verb like teach or learn and you just put ing on the end. So I'm teaching, you're learning, she's learning, we're learning, they're teaching, they're swimming, I'm eating, etc. Okay, but what about if we make sentences like she is not learning English or a question like is she learning English? These are called the forms, and there are 4 forms of this verb. The positive, the negative, the question, and the question negative form. Let's take a look at each of these in detail. 4 forms. So again, we have the positive form. You are learning English. We have the negative form. He is not learning English. We have the question form. Is she learning English? And we have the negative question form. Aren't they learning English? So we've already looked at the positive form. I am, you are, he is, we are, they are. This is called the positive form. What about if we want to say someone is not doing something? He is not eating his breakfast. He is not learning Spanish. Let's take a look at this negative form with a not. So, I am not teaching Spanish. You are not learning Spanish. He is not learning Spanish. We are not learning Spanish, and they are not learning Spanish. So to make a negative form, what we do is add the word not between the be verb and the verb ing. Am not teaching, are not learning, is not learning, etc. Okay, so we've looked at the positive, I am teaching. We've looked at the negative, I am not teaching. how do we ask a question using this particular verb, the present continuous? Let's take a look. So to make a question form, what we do is put the be verb at the beginning of the sentence. So the sentence or the question starts with are or is. For example, are you learning English? Is she learning English? Are we learning English? Are they learning English? Don't forget to put the question mark on the end if you're writing these question forms down. But take a look at these questions here. They're a little bit different. Aren't you learning English? Isn't she learning English? Aren't we learning English? Aren't they learning English? These are called negative question forms. So we use negative question forms like, aren't you studying English right now? If we want to confirm something. And you'll say, yes, I'm studying English right now, or no, I'm not studying English right now. So these are called the negative question forms, and maybe this is the first time that you've seen them, but they're actually very commonly used. Okay, let's move on, and we'll look at the first use, happening now. Okay, so we have 3 sentences here. You are watching a video, she is not watching a video, and is he watching a video? The positive, negative, and question forms. All of these sentences refer to something happening right now, not in the past and not in the future. So if I ask you a question about something happening right now, are you watching this video or are you learning English? This is the use that is referring to something happening right now, okay? And this is the most common use of this particular verb. But let's now look at a different use where we're actually referring to the future. This is use number 2. So take a look at these 3 sentences. I am studying law. What are you studying? Is your brother studying at the moment? These 3 sentences are referencing or referring to something happening now, but also something that will continue to happen in the future. So imagine that we meet on the street and I say, are you studying? And you say, yes, I'm studying medicine, for example. Now, you're not studying medicine right in that moment. You are as part of your life, but you're also studying into the future as well. Take a look at this. It will help to explain it. So there are 2 people at a university. She asks, what are you studying? He says, I'm studying law. Now, if you study law, you need to study law for 3 or 4 years. So it's true that he's studying law now, but he will also be studying law for the next 2 or 3 years. And that's why he says, I'm studying law. Because it kind of has 2 meanings. One that's happening now and one that will happen into the future. Let's keep going. Then he asks her, is your brother still studying IT? And she says, he's not studying anymore. He is working, or he's working as a programmer. So use number 2 is happening now and into the future. For example, is your brother still studying IT? No, he's working as a programmer now and into the future. That's pretty tricky, right? But the more that you hear that, the more that you practice it, the more that you will understand that that's the second use of the present continuous. Let's now look at use number 3. Use number 3 is happening soon. So it's not happening right now, it's happening soon. For example, I am playing football later today. Are you coming to dinner tonight? Is your sister going to the party this weekend? So we're using the present continuous for something that's happening in the future, but will happen quite soon. So, what are you doing later today? What are you doing tomorrow? Are you swimming later today at the beach? These are questions that we can ask about something happening very soon, or later today, or even tomorrow or next week. We can use the present continuous for something happening soon in the future. That is use number 3. And again, if you practice it and you hear it and you read it more, it will make more and more sense about how we use that for this particular context. Okay, let's recap the 3 uses of the present continuous. So, use number 1 is happening now. I am teaching English, you are watching a video. Use number 2, happening now and in the future. You are studying English, I am working as a teacher. And use number 3 is happening soon. I am playing football this afternoon. Okay, hopefully you've understood that. Let's now do a little test to see if you can understand the meaning or the 3 uses of that particular verb tense, the present continuous. Ready? So, do you remember the rules and the uses? I am sitting in a restaurant. My friend John calls me. He asks, "What are you doing now?" I say, "Not much. I'm waiting for my lunch." He asks, "Are you playing soccer tonight?" I say, "No, I'm not playing tonight. I'm studying for my exams." He says, "You're not playing? You're always cancelling." So how did you go? Could you understand the different uses of the verb tense there? Let's take a closer look at it. So, I am sitting in a restaurant, happening now. My friend John calls me. He asks, "What are you doing now?" I say, "Not much. I'm waiting for my lunch now." He asks, "Are you playing soccer tonight?" Happening soon. I say, "No, I'm not playing tonight. I'm studying for my exams." This could be now and into the future. Maybe I've been studying for my exams for the last 2 weeks, and I will continue to study for my exams for the next month. He says, "You're not playing?" Negative question form to confirm. And then he says, "You're always cancelling." Cool, so in that little dialogue between the two people, we could see the 3 uses, we could see the different forms, and we could see the grammar. And at the end, there was an interesting one where he says, "You're always cancelling." What he's doing there is showing irritation by saying, "always doing something." That's another use, but we'll save that for another time. If you need help with your English grammar, pronunciation, spelling, or general English, then check out E2 English by going to www.e2school.com. It's the best place for you to improve your English language skills. Cool, so that's the present continuous. That's all the grammar, all the uses, everything you need to know about that particular verb tense. If you like this video and you want more, make sure you click that subscribe button. My name's Jay, I'll see you soon, and keep learning English.